Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Saturday Night Live with Twisted One and guests. We've got Tony from Far More Cry with us at the moment. How are we doing out there in the world of ponds, ladies and gentlemen? There is a link in the top of the comments if anyone does want to come along and join us. I did send out all the usual invites. Aaron did say that he will be late because he is having a belated birthday meal, because when he was supposed to have had his birthday meal, he was ill. So hopefully when we see Aaron, he's not four sheets to the wind. But anyway, how are we doing, Tone?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I've been quite busy out on the pond and
Yeah.
whatnot. I might tell you a little bit more about that in
You
a
say
minute.
you say that with a grin on your face.
Well,
What have you been up to out on your ponds?
I spoke about changing the media in my bead filter the other day, and
Yes, you was going to
everybody said,
change it to K1
"Yeah,
Micro.
well, I haven't done the micro because when I looked online at the cost of all these things, micro was probably the most expensive one to buy the quantity I needed. So I've gone with K1 Plus, which is what, in fairness, is in the Evolution Aqua. Um, what's the name
Tempest
things? Yeah, and it's in their like their
in the
bead filter
surge.
things.
Do you not think that the K plus media is a bit big for the bead filter?
Uh, no, well, as I say, the Evolution Aqua equivalent to a bead filter has got K1 Plus in it, and I found a good price for it online. That was the main thing.
Evening, Rafa.
Hello, Rafa.
Hello. Hey, how you doing?
All good, all
Yeah,
good.
we're good. We're good.
So you decided
Yeah.
not to go with the K1 Micro.
No, I've gone for the K1 Plus, and uh, it came today actually, 150 liters of it,
Oh, yeah,
and apparently it takes 120 liters. So the little bit I've got left over will go in the Nexus.
yeah.
In addition, and yeah, no, what I thought was amazing. Yesterday, I decided in readiness for it, I'd clean it all out, take all the beads out, and put it on bypass for the night because you can just bypass it on the valve, you know.
Yeah.
So you, I tried to decide on how I was going to get the damn stuff out, and bearing in mind it's got 120 liters of these little beads in there.
And they are
So
little bitty beads.
I started. There will be a video on it, but I started with this jugging it into some plastic bags, you know, and whatnot. And wasn't too bad at the start, but as you jug it out, the level goes down and down. You have to reach down to get at it. So I thought, well, I'll let a bit of water in it from the pond, put the pump on, and just let a bit of water in it and float them back up to the top. Well, that was all right. I'd done that a few times and got more out and more out and more out. And then I thought, oh, I'll just do a little bit more. And I left the pump on it just a tad too long. Oh, you ought to seen them beads pouring out the top on the ground. They're all over
I'm
the
surprised
place.
they didn't go all over the fucking house.
They're all over. I got four big bags of them. But I've also got a fair amount on the ground around it. Looks like
Oh,
snow.
you make
Looks
sure
like
you don't go.
hailstones, actually.
You've done that deliberately, ain't you?
Hmm.
You're trying to knock Marg off, ain't you? You're hoping she'll walk on them beads, go shoop up in the air, and then that's it.
No, she never goes round that bit. Never goes
Oh,
round
you're
there.
lucky then.
That's where I usually hide because she never goes round there.
So you got jealous of everyone else that had snow, so you thought you'd turn your garden into snow with
Make
your
my
beads.
own. Yeah. Hailstones
Bastards.
everywhere. Oh, it's a nightmare, that stuff. Oh, it really is. But there you go. So I'm actually going to be putting the K1 in it tomorrow. Once I
K
do that
plus.
tomorrow, yeah, that's it, the K1 Plus. When I do that tomorrow and fire it up, I shall have a video to put out. I've got a
Oh,
half-made
nice.
video.
Good,
Yeah.
good. So how's Rafa and in Rafa's pond?
No, okay, not too much. Be okay. I turn it off my. The only thing I change is turn it off my heater, the mini air heat one 2 weeks ago. Probably it's going 3 weeks.
Why for did you turn it off?
And the thing is that I see it's no point to use it because the pond is maintaining around 9 and 10 degrees, so it's holding the temperature the way I close everything and with the pump balls.
Yeah,
So I, I don't see. The thing is, remember what I told you last time? I was thinking to do it with that small plug, so I can manage because that thing is only 15 degrees minimum.
yeah.
So, so I didn't want to keep doing that, and I was thinking if I it probably break. So I wanna I wanna see if I can wait and probably after February I start heating again.
Hmm. So the SOS heat pump that I've got that I'll be putting on the main pond, the lowest temperature that goes to is 15 degrees.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I've
that's
got a few other things in mind for the end of this year, especially with the heating and stuff. I would like to try and be able to maintain 18 through the winter. This winter
oh nice,
coming.
cool, cool.
This costs so
Um,
much, doesn't it? I turned mine down in the end. I got one of those things in the house that tells you how much money you've spent each day.
Yeah, and
I,
you
I
at one point
wish I
you were.
didn't have it.
Yeah, but even though yours is enclosed, you haven't actually got any covers, have you?
No, no. The pond itself isn't covered within the enclosure, and that the covers aren't actually very thick either. To be honest.
Yeah. So if you was to put another cover over the pond itself inside there, you'd probably find that it would maintain that heat better.
Yeah, yeah. But it
And
does
that
cost.
the the whole plan for me is I'm putting it in my filter house to try and make it run that a little bit more economical. And I know I'm going to have to put a passive vent in somewhere, but to combat that, I'm going to be putting in a greenhouse heater,
I
which
saw
I'm
you. I saw you make a mess, Vincent.
mate, mate. You know, it can't. It's got to get worse before can get better. It really is. And I know he's. I know he's in the comments, and he'll probably come on later. But I am swinging
Mark,
towards keeping to my original idea of keeping my skimmer and my bottom drain lines separate. As
Mark Oxo's there. I just got to say, Mark Oxo, he at Shuri's are really coming on great in my grow on. Really nice.
I was going to bring that up in a bit. Shush your roll a minute.
No,
Where
I only
was
was talking to Mark because Mark came up on the comments.
I forgot where I was now.
Yeah. Sorry, where was you? You was something to do with something or other. Yeah. Oh, I am
No,
sorry.
it's gone now. No, but as Tony Barker said in the comments in my video, he said that Body is probably looking down, shouting, one drain, one pump, one filter. And he's right. And at the same time, I was sat thinking about it today as well. And the last few times I've had to treat for parasites, I've had better results putting the treatment in, letting it run through the system for about half hour, and then turning the drum off for 24 hours, and then just running the skimmer line on a slow flow through that 24-hour period. That way, there's more contact time both in the media and the fish for the treatment. So there's that to look at it as well. But the beauty of the way I set my system up was that whether I had the skimmer running or the bottom drain running, the whole filter itself, as in the biological filter, will always have water running over it because they both exit over exactly the same shower.
Mm.
Hmm.
Can you see what I mean? So, whichever way, now if I was to put the skimmer line into the other inlet on the drum, I then lose that. Can you see what I mean? Because if I turn the bottom drain off, it's still going to get pulled through the drum because of the skimmer.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
Yeah.
you turn it off,
Simple
you
stuff.
drum filter, and you get more better results.
I could see where he's coming from, saying that if I had both lines going through the drum, I would have even clearer water than I've got now, and I wouldn't have to boil the tempests. But
Hmm.
like I say, if the drum goes down, I can still run my skimmer line and keep the main biological filter alive and running. Can you see what I mean?
Live and running, yeah. Yeah.
And that was why I built the system like I did. It took me ages of thinking, and this is why I'm not rushing in to the new additions until I've got it completely right up here.
Hmm. And what flow do you run in your drum filter?
At the moment, the drum filter is on my EA 20,000 Veriflow, and that is running at, I think it was about 46 to 50%.
Hmm.
And then on the skimmer, I've got an EA 10,000 Veriflow, and that's running at 35%.
Hmm.
So for 3,000 gallons, I'm turning over at a tidy enough rate.
Yeah.
And I mean, the amount of people that said, "Why do I need the extra filtration?"
You
I
never
like
have enough.
I like a lot of fish, and at the
Yeah.
same time,
You like a lot of fish in the pond.
I like a lot of fish in the pond. But even though I do sell and move on fish from my pond, I like that mixture of sizes, but at the same time, I've also got that koi bug.
Yeah.
To be able to maintain the bodies and the qualities on the koi that will be shown, as well as giving the other ones the best. The only way to do that is by making my filtration bigger, because there's no way I can make the pond bigger. That thing is never coming down.
And the other thing with having plenty of filtration really is whether you're just doing half a dozen specimen fish or whether you've got a heavily stocked pond. The more filtration you've got, the you can feed more. You can still keep them growing.
Yeah, you've got that.
Um,
You've got that buffer.
mhm,
Hmm.
Do you
yeah,
think that people go overboard with their filtration trying to get crystal clear water?
it's not about crystal clear water for me.
It's
It's about bio.
Yeah, for me. Yeah, in my main pond, I do like to have a nice clarity, especially now I have the window. But
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
whole thing for me is more about water quality than
Yeah.
water clarity.
Yeah, a lot of people mix up clarity with quality, and
Yeah,
it's
and
nothing to do with it really.
Roy's
You know?
Roy's Roy's in the comments, and I mentioned his name on the video. And when I said about moving the old shower from the Lombok filter into the Frankenstein pond, and he's like, 4 showers, really? But when I stripped that filter system down and I saw the amount of media that came out that I lost or I have lost, when you consider what filtration is on that bottom that they've been moved to, yeah, I've lost a lot of biological filtration. So
But
yeah,
it's funny how some people think because they've got gin clear water, the water's great. But I mean, it could be. But the thing is, you can have gin clear water, and the water can be crap.
yep, there is
You know,
that.
it's a bit of a misconception. The clarity is for us to enjoy our koi more than anything. The quality of the water is the keeping them parameters just so. Yeah. So
Right, honestly, did you
yeah,
see how big that bag of K1 media was that came out of the bio chamber and the easy
I
pod?
did. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I was, and I'm scooping it out with a little, the little square green aquarium nets.
Mm.
It took
Scooping it out
forever.
with one of them.
Oh, it
Took
was.
me forever, and I kept every time my arm went in there, I'm thinking it's got to end somewhere. It's got to end somewhere.
It was more of a K1 mix, wasn't it?
Well, like I say,
Like licorice, all sorts.
mate, you've got in that bag, and what was in them filters? You've got the black and green stickle bricks from pressure filters that you get in the bottom of the piddly bit for bio in a pressure can. There was K1, K1 Advanced, K3, Helix 13, and K1 Micro. But I tell you what, I had a handful of K1 Micro, and there was not one bit there that looked the same. They were longer, they were shorter, they were
Yeah.
thinner, they were fatter. And no wonder K1 Micro is such a bastard of a fucking
It gets
media.
cut at different lengths as well, doesn't
Yeah,
it? You get
yeah,
shorter lengths and longer lengths and whatnot. And I noticed in my Easy Pods, some of them are narrow enough to escape through the little
They
slots,
do.
yep,
and they get into
They do.
the other bit. And I'm forever
yep.
more gathering 3 or 4 bits and putting them back in the middle again. And it's all because they're cut different sizes.
But
Yeah, I
on the
was
flip
thinking to
side
change
of
that.
that, I did before I took the old pond apart. I had one easy pod that was just K1 Micro in that easy center, and I found that the micro in an easy pod did a better mechanical filtration than just normal K1.
Mm.
And the
Yeah, I think
only
it
thing
would
I
do.
can contribute that to is the fact that there is so much irregularity to K1 Micro.
Mm.
Yeah,
I,
to me, it's always
I
coming
checked
out
up this.
little ones.
I checked on the surface areas per. Is it per square inch or something on the Evolution Aqua website this last week, and it gives you actually what the surface area of micro is of K1 and then of K1 plus, and it's quite interesting to look at.
Have they got the old school K3 on there as well?
I didn't see it. I have to say, I didn't see it.
Because that's a big one. That one is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and then D Morley is asking, what food is everyone using this year? This year, I will be using the same food that I used last year, and that is the Dajiwa food.
I'm using that currently at the moment.
And the last time I spoke to Mark, which was about 3 or 4 weeks before Christmas, and he was in the processes of getting the lower protein wheat germ and that food in sinking. And for this season, he's going to be looking at getting the colour and the growth in sinking as well. Because
Saki and Dijiwa mix.
no, you're doing Saki and
Good
Dijiwa mix.
choice. No,
I've
no. Vinny is. But
Simon.
I might be actually as well. That's what I might go to when we start feeding a bit heavier come the
Well,
spring.
After chatting with Rick, and he was saying when you look at the food trial and results that other people have had that have been proven on YouTube through videos, he reckons a combination of neutral, I'm sure it was Nutrimare Tosei, he said, and the Dajiwa color, and you've got a good runner then for
Yeah.
an equivalent to Saki if you combine the two. Now, Mark from Daji was probably going to kick me in the nuts for that one, but I am as honest as it is, and I'm going to see if Rick does it, and if it works, I might consider it. But other than that, I will be
And Danny
using.
from Nutrimare will probably kick you in the nuts as well.
Yep.
No,
Sadly,
we'll have them both, one each side.
well, I won't say that. No, we'll come to that when we go down to the farm. But yeah, this year, if I use anything other than the Dajiwa food, it will be the just mixing in some New Forest Koi Farm 2 mil sinking pellets.
Paul Windmill's obviously rich.
Oh, mate, he doesn't need to be rich. Have you seen the amount of competitions that boy wins?
I know, but he's yeah, yeah. Saki growth and colour he's gonna use. Mind you, I did last year. In fairness, I used that last year, but it's a bit
Family carp
ridiculous.
fishing. When I eventually get to build my pond, I think I'll choose between Nutrimare and Takazumi. Well, mate, honestly, until I started feeding the Dajiwa, yeah, well, it's recorded on YouTube. You know, I was a Takazumi man through and through, and if I'm honest, I'll probably be getting myself some Takazumi Junior Premium for this year's Gazwood.
But that Dajiwa colour definitely makes the colours pop.
Well, when you look back at the food trial last year, the Nutrimare and the Dainichi, yes, they had better growth, better body shapes, but the fish that came out of the pond that was fed to Dajiwa had the better colour and the skin quality. You're taking, you are taking the piss now.
Yeah, well, he must buy a lot of tickets.
The Nutrimare, mate, Paul Windmill, you must be fucking dipped in the luck of the Irish, I'm telling you. I won the Kondo Sankey the other day, Vince. Was that Crafty's one, was it by any chance? I'll tell you what, boy. Come round here and rub some of your luck off of me. And then I'll go and do the lottery. Evening, Marcus.
Evening.
We're going hippie mode this evening, are we?
Hello.
Yeah. I do. I tie it up most of the time, but yeah, leave it down tonight. Why not?
Andy Shepherd, he says he's using a mix of 50% Nutrimare and 50% Saki. And Paul W said he bought 70 tickets. I'm not surprised you won, Paul.
Yeah, it's a lot of tickets, isn't it?
But I've been chatting with Aaron this week because I've got to put a bloody great big hole in my in my long block wall if I'm going to be putting the air source heat pump in there. And we're talking, I'm going to need a 42 cm hole.
Yeah.
But I was sat there thinking the other day, and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to put this bloody great big hole in the filter house wall. But what happens when the air source heat pump's not on? All that cold air is just going to blow straight through that fucking blower and go back into the shed. So we've got.
No, not really.
I got a bigger air source heat pump than your little diddy one. Not.
I don't find it. I must admit, I don't find that on the polytunnel with mine coming back through. Although, yeah, it's not hitting a prevailing wind, I suppose. But
I mean, we when we did the heat pump inside the Munger tunnel, when I built the framework around it, I screwed in some bits of plastic that were supposed to drop down when the air source heat pump come off. But yeah, when the air source heat pump
That's like
was
a
on,
flat valve.
like a non-return, like a non-return air
yeah,
valve.
but when the air source heat pump was on, it battered the bits of plastic that bad that when they dropped down, there was too many fucking gaps to worry about anyway. So yeah, I'm looking at a way of making some kind of little vent with flaps that move. So yeah, I've got my feelers out.
Yeah, you just want to, even just a louver. But the only trouble is you don't want to restrict the airflow coming out of that air source heat pump, because
this is why
that will cause you problems as well.
This is why I was looking at maybe getting something 3D printed or something like that, where it's light and it's got plenty.
Yeah, it'd have to be very, very light.
Plenty of movement. You know, like the ones you get for the old tumble dryer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the old vents. Yeah, exactly.
You probably need a big one because your air source heat pump is big.
Yeah.
Yeah, trouble is being that big, the fans are quite powerful, but they're not massively powerful.
I don't know, mine don't.
For that size vent, you'd have to have some quite lightweight. It would have to be made, like you say, you'd have to have it 3D printed and have it made as light as possible to not put too much restriction on the fan.
Mark Oxo, Mark, you and the Oxo family, mate, you're loaded, so you shouldn't have a problem. This could be the last year on Saki. Growth and colour cost last year was ridiculous, and it's only going to get worse because the price will go up again.
It's going worse.
I'm not going to do it again. I had too many bags of the stuff last year, and
I am. I mean, I get through tons of it, but I am still going to stick with Saki for this year. I still haven't seen something that can that's proven to do the job long term.
No, I'm going to do a mix this year. I'm still going to use some Saki, but I'm going to mix it with other food. Yeah.
For me, what Saki colour does to me stock, how good it can make your fish look.
Yes, I won't dispute that.
For me, trying to sell me fish, they just look so better when they've had a bit of colour food in them, mate.
Watching the change on the tank in the Munger tunnel, not last year but the year before, and Rick was going to do a food trial with it against his Munger mix for the whole summer, and after one sack he's like, there's no point me continuing, because it was night and day within about 6 weeks. And he's like, I could see the improvement, the drastic improvement. I just can't justify that extra just to prove the point that's already been proved.
Yeah.
Almost two months into trialing it.
And that's my point. There's no proof out there that anything is going to do a better job. I know there's a cost element, and it eats into my profits massively. You know what I mean? The dog gets fed, the fish get fed, and I go hungry. But I'd still rather do it that way.
Vince, with all the small fish you get from the farm, how often do you get sleepy sickness? To be honest, the bat I had just before Christmas was the first time I've had sleepy sickness. Usually I don't seem to have a problem. nothing
I
else.
had it a couple of
That one?
times
You don't
last year.
get it. As I found out with this last batch I had from Dionici, that they don't all, sometimes it's done in Japan. Even on Japanese fish coming in, sometimes the breeders are responsible
But
when they do it.
Rick was saying this on
Yeah.
Thursday night. You know, some of these
Yeah.
Japanese, you know, will mix the fish.
Take it
And
seriously.
some of them don't, and that's why the dealers get hit with it when they're putting them through quarantine. Susan's saying, I got 3 small Dainichi Tosai and they got sleeping sickness within 2.5 days. Have them at 0.5% of salt and heated to 22. If you can get that up 2 degrees, it'll help drastically.
Yeah, if you can take that up a bit.
Yeah, with them being
And
Tosai.
if they're really struggling, get it up to 28.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
With them being
Up to
Tosai,
28.
you can get them up to 28. And then once they're
And
through the
I've
sleeping
put my
sickness,
salt up to 0.7.
I personally wouldn't take it up past 0.65 for sleepy.
No, I wouldn't. 0.65 it's a fine margin. You need it for sleepy.
You do need it,
where
but you don't.
Can't go if you go too much. It has an adverse effect. Yeah. You need to get it in that right window, and it is around. It's pretty much 0.6.
And even once you've got through sleepy, Susan, if you can keep the temperature at 28 and start pummeling the food into them, then they will grow to their potential, especially with them being Dainichi.
And the other added bonus of having them at 28, you're not going to have many parasites.
No, there's that as well.
Because at 28, that cooks most of them off.
It shouldn't take too long, Susan.
At 28, you don't have a problem with parasites.
Huh?
Marcus say you don't have problem with parasites at 28.
28 degrees will get rid of a lot of them.
Not all, but some parasites
Not all.
will not cope in temperatures of 28.
Costia really starts
28 to 30 degrees, and they end
And
up.
I find if you keep that temperature and salt up, usually you can get rid of the sleepy within a week, but 2 weeks on the outside.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. The ones I've had, 24, 48 hours.
Yeah. They're over the worst, but they're not necessarily over it.
Right, sharpest. As soon as you can get that to 24 plus,
Yeah,
and salt to 0.6, they come round pretty quick.
Yeah.
Paul W is saying, Raphael, where did you get your koi flag from? I've only seen them listed in America. Well, you mean this one? This one?
Oh, you mean this one?
They came from Japan, mate.
Yeah.
He brought it back for me.
I got 2, and I give it 1 to Vincent.
Susan saying it's been 5 days so far. 5 days so far that I would scrape and check for parasites as well.
Yeah, get that temperature up a bit more. That certainly helps.
Yeah. Vince, a few weeks back, Stuart S was talking about starting a new club in Hampshire. Is there any more news? I live on the Surrey-Hampshire border and would love to know more. Not that I know of, but I will make some inquiries for you. Because there's not enough koi clubs in the country, that's for sure.
Oh, Gary, yeah.
Should I put some salt in my new pond, guys, before I put the fish in?
Wouldn't know.
You're transferring water. Well, you've transferred water over from your, because I've watched the video. You've transferred water from your main pond over into your new pond. You're going to put one of your old filters off of there on there, and you're going to move fish from there to there. Why do you need to salt?
Yeah.
There shouldn't be any stress event because they're in the water that they've come out of.
Yeah, it's going to be a different environment. It may still be a stress event. Personally, I'd probably put a bit in there and then just let it just to start with, and then just let it come out with filter cleans naturally, you know, for what it takes.
No more than 0.3 though.
No, only it wouldn't be any more than 0.3. It'd only be tonic, yeah.
I do have a question for like everyone here. It's I don't know if it's only me, but when I get a new fish, most of the time, my pond is no parasite, no problem. Put a new fish, boom, parasite, Costia or fluke and
Yeah.
the last
Trigger.
time I did bring a fish, a new fish, I scraped the koi before I put the koi inside because I don't have any place to put a quarantine.
Yep.
And the fish were free parasite, no parasites. And then after 2 weeks, boom, parasites. I don't.
Problem
I
is
think
There
they
are-
get stressed. I don't know.
There is
Always.
always parasites in your pond, mate.
They're always there, and if you put a fresh fish in, it just triggers. It's a trigger event, really.
They're
Yeah.
always. You'll never get rid of them. All you're ever doing is knocking them back.
So they just get stressed, and then the parasite bloom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never
Is
want to
it?
win.
That one's new to me. But anyway, before you go any further and saying go to this club, go to that club, for me, it's difficult because there is a hell of a lot of koi clubs out there that will not accept YouTubers as members. Don't ask me why, but it is what it is.
Hmm.
That's weird.
Yep.
I don't know why.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, join them before they know you're a YouTuber.
Well, before the BKKS folded, the Yorkshire section of the BKKS wouldn't let anyone become a member if they were a YouTuber.
Hmm.
And I know that's the thought in a few clubs. And some of the thinking behind it from certain clubs is with these YouTubers
Where do you draw the line at YouTubers? Because a hell of a lot of people now have got YouTube channels, but you wouldn't call yourself
well,
a
if
YouTuber.
they haven't got YouTube, they're doing TikTok.
Exactly. So everyone's, yeah. I think the world's gone beyond being able to say that now, really.
The world's
It's
gone
just
fucking
social media, isn't it?
The world's gone fucking mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I got to admit, I'm not one for technology, but you know, you've got to follow the way the world's going, and this is
The hobby's only growing because of YouTube.
well,
not only-
hello, stranger.
Not only, well, it's not the only reason, but it's a massive driving force behind it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got
Good evening, Simon. How we
Good
doing?
evening. How are we all doing?
even
Oh,
so.
yes, I.
Long time
Hello
no
there.
see.
Well, I'm just trying to get my screen bigger because it's just on a browser at the minute. Is that
Oh,
how all yours are?
I can do that. Is that better?
That's the one.
Is that better?
That's the one.
How's that Grand Champion doing?
So doing lovely. Doing lovely. We're just chilling at 12 degrees at the minute.
Only 12.
Yeah.
See, I thought you'd have been up higher than that, knowing you.
Now I'm getting my winter because I've got a fish what's a bit eggy, so I want to give him a winter. Try and I don't know.
Thin it
If
down.
possible, try and reabsorb a few eggs or get rid of a bit of fat or something. I don't know. But just giving them a bit of a winter.
Sweet, and everything's running nice and cushy.
Yeah, I've not had to do anything.
We ain't even got to feed them when they're down like that. Just a
No,
little bit.
I've only been feeding them probably maybe once a week, a small handful, something like that.
My mum won't leave me alone. They're sitting at 8.
Well, they've been wanting food. I've just not been giving it them.
Yeah, they get one feed a day.
Yeah.
They would take more than that, but no, not at 8 degrees.
And what temperature you have, Vince? You phone?
8.4 at the moment.
8.4. I got a 10 right now. I feed in a
Mine's
a
at-
small
mine's
portion,
at
2 small
15.
portion a day.
So,
Mine's
you
at
done any
15
more to
because
that
the air
grow
source
set
heat
up
pump
then,
won't work
Simon?
now.
You what, sorry?
I said, you done any more to that grow on setup of yours?
No, but there will be in the spring.
You said that last year.
Well, I know I did, but things get in way, don't they?
They do indeed. They do indeed. So, is it just the filter, just the new build you're going to concentrate on this year, or is there any other shows you want to?
No, I'm not. I'm not planning on showing. I was going to get showing a miss this year, but you never know, dear. Something might crop up. Something might spring me interest. I don't know.
You mean that
Mate.
Grand Champion isn't going to go back to the junior and contend again
Mate,
this
you
year?
said you was going to
It'll,
do the
it'll be
national.
too. It'll be too big again by October.
You said you was going to do the
Yeah,
national
it
with
will,
me
won't
this
it?
year.
I did not say I was going to
Yes,
do it
you
this year.
did.
No, I
Yes,
did
you
not.
did. You said if I win Grand Champion, I'll come to the national with you next year.
Those words never come out of my mouth.
Yeah,
It
they
should
did.
really, shouldn't it? Definitely, it should progress from the junior to the national.
Innit?
Grand
You know.
Champion should.
Take Grand Champion at the junior, go to the national.
I'll have some more fish, so I could take some different fish back to junior in October. But I don't know.
Yeah. What was it? The other one, your other one took a big prize as well, didn't it? Was it mature champion or something?
Size 5.
Such 5 on here.
Wow.
So apparently, I missed a question in the comments. How's the Higer auto feeder doing? It's doing absolutely great. Not for me though, and it's working absolutely great for someone else. It's a bloody good feeder, and it does exactly what it says on the tin. Just not for me.
How many times a day can you feed with that?
6.
6, I think.
How big a feed does it do? Is it
It does a good portion size,
smallest size? Quite a small size as well, though.
but it's one of those that you undo the front and you can change the augers on it. So you can have a small auger or you can have a large auger, which then spins it out.
It's like
Yeah.
the 1.5, the Jebel.
It's a bit like that, but it's
It's identical.
but the
It's
high one.
identical to the J-Bow. I got 2 of those. It's identical. I reckon they're made in the same factory, just a different
Quite-
badge put on them.
Quite possibly just relabeled. But yeah, it does exactly what it says on the tin. It just wasn't for me. I've gone back to me New Forest Crow Farm clockwork feeder.
The J-Bow's quite a bit cheaper than the Higer as well, and it's identical.
Yeah, well, Sean said to me, the old clockwork feeders they use on the farm. He's like, I've got loads of carcasses, and there is loads of dead clockwork auto feeders plotted in one place on the farm. He said, just get Carl to sort you out a price for the bits, and you can take a case and rebuild one yourself. And when I went in Monday, Carl said to me, you might want to think again on them fucking spares. For the clockworks, the bit of wood and the belt, which is the whole replacement kit, they wanted 260 odd quid.
But the whole thing's about
Oh.
300, isn't it?
Or just go and buy a brand new one with warranty and everything else for about 360.
Yeah.
See, and yes, that might sound expensive, but it's an auto feeder that you can control because it all runs on a clockwork. You pull it back, you fill up your food, and once it's gone, it's gone. Unlike any type of auto feeder that is electric or battery run, if something happens in your pond, whether it be a pump goes down or something like that, or you have a power cut, those battery ones and sometimes those power ones that have got a battery backup, they'll keep spitting that food out,
Mm.
and within a couple of hours, your lovely nice pond, because the pump's gone down or something, has all of a sudden gone to shit.
That's why mine's mains. If the mains goes down, so does the feeder.
And we had it not last year, I think it was the year before, in the Twisted Rocket Pond, because Bright Spark here thought, which agreed to it as well, that instead of doing 8 feeds during the day, we'd see how the pond responded to 4 feeds in the day, 4 feeds at night. That was all well and good, but the power went down, and no one realised for about 24 hours, by which time that auto feeder had gone chunk, 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 and just absolutely trashed the pond. And of course, all that food uneaten just helped deoxygenate the ponds so much quicker. And when we come in on the Monday morning, everything was floating. That is another reason why.
So your clockwork feeder, you spread the food along the belt, don't you?
Yeah.
And I assume you can spread it all the way along its length, so it continually feeds, or you could leave little gaps so that there's times when it doesn't feed.
Yeah. So you can portion it out in that respect, and I think.
Okay, guys, will we go now?
Yeah.
Take it easy.
See you later.
See ya. Take care.
I'm sure Rick said the clockwork ones, you can actually put up to 1 kilo of food on those belts.
Right.
So
but surely they'll keep feeding if you had a power cut, though, wouldn't they? They wouldn't stop.
Yeah, but the thing is,
you fill them up every day.
When you pull that belt back, I think that only lasts, I think it's over 6 or 8 hours.
Right. Yeah.
So once the belt is empty, irrespective of what the pond's doing, it's not going to chuck anything else in there.
Yeah,
you see what I mean? Yeah. That's why he has to do a daily when the bee ponds and that are running. He'll do a daily run first thing in the morning, and that's it. They get 1 kilo of food put on the belt, and that's that pond's daily food quota. You see what I mean? And then depending on what's left on the surface during the course of the day, he then pluses or minuses depending on how the ponds are reacting. Can you see what I mean? And they're just so reliable in that respect. You know, the reason after ones disintegrate, as in the clockworks, is because the ones used on the farm are out in the elements. So they're constantly getting pissed on and then getting dried out, and anything metal, whether it be brass clockworks or anything, they, after a period of time, they don't like being in the wet and the damp.
It has some sort of corrosion on it. Even stainless does at the end of the day. You don't clean it often enough, which you can't.
It's got a container full of bits, and I've said to him, surely you can put some bits together and he said to get some of these coils back where they're supposed to is really, really fiddly. And he said,
I've got on my main pond, I got one of these Superfish, hopper type feeders.
Yeah.
Just drops it straight down. And I don't get any problem with the feeder itself, really, except for I get slugs that decide, it's like, when ants know a route, well, these slugs know the exact route to go across the sort of arm that the holds the feeder in place, and they go down and they go up inside from underneath and munch on the bloody fish's food and blocks it up.
There's some copper tape on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I just haven't got round to it.
Being a gardener, I thought you would have known this, Tone.
I know, but I've got some copper wire somewhere. I might just wind that round it. But Yeah, good buggers. It's like, they're marching one after the other across the bridge to go up and under and in the filter. And bung it up.
I still use the old Petmate 7000 feeders. And the only reason I use those is because for Tosai, you can put them on a frequent feed setting and you set the time window and then a frequent feed and then the number of feeds. And it can be like 40 feeds over like 8 hours. And it's just dropping food in there every 10 minutes, just one turn. But for growing Tosai, that's a mean little trick, mate. It works.
I've still got.
Really, in it. It's the same as the belt lift often. It's just constantly dripping it in there. And I find that works awesome with Tosai.
Yeah, I've still got my old P7000 in shed. I just found though it didn't quite put enough food out for when your fish start getting bigger.
No, you have really. I mean, basically, it's going off every 2 or 3 minutes once you start whacking it up. I mean, I've gone up now on the tank of fish I'm using it on at the moment. I've gone up to medium pellet because they've gone up over 25, 30 cm. So that's when it starts causing a problem. It doesn't chuck enough out of the medium pellet. Small pellet, you tend to get enough go out because it's smaller pellet and it gives everyone a little bit of chance. But yeah, I agree. As they get bigger, it struggles.
That's why I went. That's why I went on to JBL feeder.
They're just too big for small tanks for what I'm doing a lot of the time.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are big units.
That's what I've got on the big grow on's got a JBL on it.
Big fucking price tag to them and all.
Yeah,
but you can buy them second hand, pretty good price.
Well, they're cheaper than a clockwork.
Yeah,
you can pick them up for less than 300 quid.
Was that second hand though?
No, brand new. They're only 300 quid brand new, aren't they?
I think I only paid maybe about 120, maybe 130 odd quid for mine second hand, and it had barely been used.
Money. Sounds a lot of money. That super fish thing I bought was 74 quid.
Yeah, but you lot got face ass, haven't you?
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, there's a Telegram group, isn't there, with sales stuff?
Yeah, there is. There's been the odd thing come up on there that I've missed.
Yeah, always the way.
Yeah, missed. But I'll tell you what, highlight for me this week was getting my compact Derek back. Yay! Now I'm going to find some way of incorporating that into my new upgrades for the main pond.
You've got no more room in that filter out.
Hey, you watch this space, Simondo. You watch this space. Evening, Darren.
Evening, all.
How are we doing?
Roy says he's got the is that the Evolution Aqua Feeder, but it throws it too far down the skimmer. And Susan
Been
said,
swimming lately, Darren?
82 people in, only 22 likes. Come on, guys, smash that like button. It is a Saturday night after all. And I'll tell you what, Ricardo and Carl, I really hope they pulled their finger out and they got that roof off Friday, because I want to get down to ripping some fucking walls down Monday. If they haven't got the roof off, we won't be touching that, will we? Mind you, he said he put a photo up on the Telegram group, and he looked like something out of Alien. Big fucking face mask respirator, face mask respirator, fucking boiler suit round him and everything. He looked funny, person. I did offer to go up and help, but apparently they only had 2 masks and 2 boiler suits, so I did try telling them it's a 3-man job, especially with them roof sheets, because them things are fucking heavy. It's that concrete asbestos type mix, isn't it? So
like concrete fiberboard.
That's the stuff, yeah. But it's got a bit of asbestos in it. So yeah, Sean. To be honest, Sean didn't even really want fucking Carl and Rick touching it, but Rick is absolutely adamant we're going to get that lot down and we're going to get a polytunnel up on top of it this year. There is going to be an auction in February, and we're hoping all the fish that we sell on the auction will raise enough to be able to pay for the new polytunnel for Phoenix 2.
Oh, nice.
That way, if we do it that way, then Sean won't be so reticent then, because he hasn't got to try and find it out of his pocket, because we've just made it out of the fish from the farm.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes peeled, ladies and gentlemen. There will be a pond being put together for the auction in February.
So
There
those
must
little
be a
toe
lot
tie in the
more-
old. Sorry, Tony, go on, mate.
Sorry, I was going to say there must be a lot more production going on now at the farm, because you go back 3 or 4 years when those areas have been out of commission for several years. There wasn't the space to put any fish, was there, really? So
Yeah.
they must be making headway to actually produce more fish, which means more fish are going out. So
Well,
yeah,
it's not just that it's the quality's always been there. It's been having somewhere to be able to raise the quality properly,
yeah,
you know, and
yeah.
to place it. The more we do, the better it gets. I mean, Rick's got so many ideas running around his head on stuff to do at the farm, as well as stuff to do with the channel. And yeah, he's like me. Half the time, he can't pinpoint on one point because it's just buzzing
Well,
around.
at one time, all of Rick's sort of top fish would come out of not only the present Munger Tunnel, but the previous one as well.
Yes,
And that's where all his top fish was
Yeah.
sort of
and
hidden
now
away.
there is top fish everywhere, absolutely everywhere.
Those little shower in the Munger Tunnel looked pretty good, Vince.
Mate,
They were awesome.
all the fish
Yeah.
in the Munger Tunnel are looking amazing.
Yeah.
And to the point where every few weeks his pupper starts going because they've had another burst on and they're doing this or they're doing that, and it's like, I got to thin them down because otherwise I won't be able to sleep at night.
That'll pay for your polytunnel, mate.
Mate, honestly, the fish that were coming, even the ones that were taken out and put down into the heated pond down in Hatchery 2, you know, out of those, 9 out of 10 of them were just as good as what was going back. It was just their size.
Yeah, I wanted to buy that little. He pulled out a little Ginrin shower.
Mhm.
He bowled up, took a picture. That fish is awesome. I wanted to buy that. I was going to message him, see if he was going to. But he won't sell it, will he? It's proper toast, though, wasn't it?
There was some real crackers that come out of that net.
Everything's got a price on it.
You reckon?
Well,
You
it
reckon
has,
that's the price,
but
I'm sure it has.
Tony, you always sneak out a deal with him, don't you?
Yeah. Well,
he doesn't
The
always
thing
get
is-
what he wants.
no, I don't always. He won't let them go. But don't get me wrong. He has some cracking fish in that shop, and eventually some of the top fish get in the shop. But as often as not, you have to sort of twist his arm to get beyond the shop to his Munger Tunnel or somewhere to get what you really want. You know?
'Cause he doesn't like getting rid of them. That's why he
I know
hates
he
me
don't.
round him whenever we're doing selecting.
He's lovely, Rick. He's a really nice guy.
I've got so much love for that man. But yeah, he just cracks me up because we'll be doing toe size selection. And I'll be out, and he'll go, "Fuck off," because he knows that it's just exactly what he would have picked. Like,
But Darren, you've got in there and come away with some real gems as well. I've seen them.
only Tuber Fest. That was Vince kindly invited me in on that one. That was a great little event. But no, I've not got past Carl in the shop, to be honest with you, Tony. I'll get stuck through the door, and then I don't get much further than the front door, really.
See, I drive up, and the first thing I do is I go to the back of my car and I put a pair of wellies on. Now, you don't need wellies in the shop, do you? But Rick clocks me and he says, Tony, you got no chance. He
Oh, that's
says,
what I'm
you
going
got
right.
no chance. And I'm thinking, oh, God. And then I sort of butters him up over an hour or two and says, oh, God, I was after a bit of content for my channel. And then he feels sorry for me and he takes me down to one of the tunnels then, see, so I can get a bit of content.
Your fish are growing
But
really
no,
well, Tony. Doing
he's
really
all right.
well, mate. Seen them.
He's done
Yeah.
really well
Really
with those
nice,
hit
mate. Big,
series,
good
hasn't he?
growth. Yeah, yeah. Well, you got them at
Those-
26, haven't you?
No, I did have. I had them a bit lower than that, but I spoke to Rick. I said, I think they're getting, like rugby balls, to quote Vince. I said, they're getting a bit fat. And he said, well, take them off the growth and put them purely on the colour. This is this Dijon stuff. He said, put them on colour only, because that's got a slightly lower protein content than the growth. And he said, bang your temperature up to 28.
28.
Yeah, I'll tell
Look,
you what.
he's making notes. Look,
Yeah.
28 with the colour food,
Yeah.
and they've been doing brilliant, fantastic. Yeah, really been making good body and
Yours,
colours popping. And,
yeah, yours
yeah.
have definitely bulked up. I think mine are a bit way behind yours because we bought ours at the same time. Mine are way behind because mine got sleeping sickness, whereas yours, you've got to go through that yet with yours, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the ones I showed today,
Yeah.
they haven't been through it yet. I've
Yeah.
got to mix some of my fish in with them soon, but I split some of the smaller ones out maybe 3 weeks ago, and I bunged them in the other grow on, and there was already fish from my pond in that other grow on, and that little group, they have been through it. They're fine.
Yeah.
No problem.
I
But
made a
yeah,
mistake there. I should have fattened mine up first. I should have rugby balled them first and then put them through it. Yeah, they were too small when they got it.
yeah, we called
I
that doing
think
the
they
Tony.
need to be strong fish.
Yeah.
That's what I try and do when they come in from Japan. Now, if you've got really small toe side and they come in,
Yeah.
don't try and force them straight into sleepy within a few days of coming in. Just
No.
get the temperature up,
Yeah.
get some food into them, get them settled, get a bit of strength into them, then put them through it.
Yeah.
And anyway, he's
Makes a lot
only
of
got those hit series and that because he never let any other fucker near the tank.
I
until
know.
he finished
He
it.
was like that, wasn't he? He had his elbows
Yeah.
I put
out.
I put a barricade round.
He was,
Yeah.
it was pissing down
Don't
with
talk
rain, and
to
there
me.
was-
I'm sorting fish.
There was Tony. He had his
Didn't
hood
even
up,
look
his
up.
arms out,
Yeah.
2 bowls in the tank. He was like, mine.
He was.
Yeah. I was across 2 tanks too. I had a plastic bag in one tank and a plastic bag in the other.
But you have done really well with them, Tony.
Yeah.
They are good actually.
What was
Yeah,
your
I'm
50 quid
pleased
fish,
with them.
Tony?
Ah.
You killed that.
I had
did you?
a Ginrin Shiro,
Right.
but it's not doing very well.
Okay.
Not doing very
See,
well at all.
told you killed it.
Yeah.
I had just a normal Shiro, and it is
I need a Shiro.
and it is mega. I mean, mega. It is just packing it on. It's mahoosive. I think it's eaten some of the fish that are in there, but it's just massive. And the sumi is just coming through. It's Alan Tate said it was his best fish in there, and it's just
He was on it like a heron. What, like the heron?
yeah.
I am the heron at New Forest Koi Farm.
I thought Ryan was the heron. Yeah.
Who's that? Is that Alex saying that?
No, that's George.
George. Oh, okay. I thought if it was Alex, Alex was the biggest heron, taking that Ginrin Shiro.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
snooze, you lose.
I don't think anyone had a chance.
No one had a chance.
No.
I
Literally,
think
he got
Cesca's,
out of his
Cesc-
car. He walked through that entrance, walked straight to that fucking pool,
Yeah.
took one look, and he went, "Can you bag it?"
Yeah. It was like 800 quid. It's lovely fish, though. Lovely
Oh,
fish.
outstanding fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cesca's Ginrin £500.
So sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's still doing well. I think she showed a
Well,
picture
she's
of it the
keeping
other day.
very quiet about that one. I think she's
Yeah,
keeping
but she
that
did show a
quiet for the
picture the
show.
other day.
Yeah, I didn't see it in there.
Keeping
Is
it
it in there?
small.
Should
Yeah,
be,
I think
should be, yeah.
that fish you got
Why
to keep
do
it
that ain't
small, I think.
difficult. She lives in Wales, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but in her
Bonsai.
pond heated.
So again,
Yeah, she's
Isn't her
heated,
pond
yeah.
heated though?
her main
She is. I
pond
don't
is.
know. Yeah, I don't know about her toe site.
Not talk. I'm not sure about her other setup because she's got another pond in the back garden now. I know the main pond has got an air source heat pump on it, but I'm not sure about the other setup.
Yeah, that one needs keeping small, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Keep it cold. Keep the quality because that was just absolutely. Seen the Shiro today. Wow,
Oh,
it's
it's a
stunning.
beautiful little fish. Yeah.
Yeah, they're talking about Alex's Ginrin Shiro, the one that Darren's talking about. Mark Oxo says, yeah, it's in the freezer.
And,
As I say, Mark, those little Heat Shuras are beautiful that came from your parent. Oh, sorry. What? What? What have I done?
Nothing. No, Andrew Nasser said, Vince, there's nothing wrong with Wales.
good water, I'm sure.
Depends what part of Wales you live in. Let's put it that way, because I've lived in Wales.
Did you have good water when you were there?
I didn't have a pond back then,
Uh,
but the
I've been
tap
on
water
holiday to
tasted
Wales
nice.
a few times.
it's quite soft, isn't it, the water there, I've heard.
Borth.
Yes.
Went to
Borth.
Borth.
Well, depending on what part of Wales you're in.
Right.
Not, I think you find North Wales is more of a softer water than South Wales.
I don't know. Lee's water was very similar to mine. He's just across the water from me, really, across the Bristol Channel. So, but
Well,
both
yeah,
of ours
he's in
were
sort of
very
like
similar in makeup,
bottom Wales, isn't he?
which is like no KH and pH of like 7.1. Soft.
Whereas Darren at Coy Heaven, he's up in North Wales, and I'm sure he has softer water. But then he is on like a hillside, you know, so with it going down through, and I know he's got a brook or a river running along the bottom of his property that he's able to take water from as well.
I think most mountain regions where the water comes down, it's soft, isn't it?
You mean the Kajaka you broke my arm trying to get me to sell to you, George? Mark Oxo, it's not fair. I've not got one yet. Got one yet? What?
Mark hasn't got one.
What, Shiro or
One of his
One of
own.
his own.
Yeah,
One
he
of
hasn't
his
got a pond
own
yet. 'Cause
Heat
it's still being
Shuras.
built.
I'll tell you what though, when I was at the Tuber Fest, and I've never noticed this before, Vince, but when we went there, I first came through the door and I saw this tank of fish, and they were Hiatsuris, and I was like, wow, they're really different, and they're like a purpley kind of hue to them. They're really weird, and basically, I think what happened to them is where they'd gone into the blue vat. The sumi had just dropped right off and gone like a real kind of odd color. I thought it was some new special breed or something, but I'd never actually seen that before. I thought it was quite interesting how different they looked when you put them in a blue
I'll
vat.
tell you what those Heat Shuras that I showed today, though, they was in that blue bowl for some time. There was no change in the sumi on them at all.
Yeah,
Really
you
good.
must have picked them based on that. I think one chap did say you should pick them, put them in a blue vat, and then pick the ones that don't do that, right? But I'd never even seen him do that. It's really odd.
We use yellow buckets down on the hatchery, and when we're going through selection and stuff, and when we're doing certain varieties, if there's anything that Rick's not sure about because the sumi's too overpowering, he'll put them in the yellow bucket and leave them for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And in a yellow bucket, especially things like Benny Kiko's and stuff like that, where the sumi is so prevalent on the body to start with, you put them in a yellow bowl, and then that sumi drops back to a point where you can actually see the Benny patterns. And then he would then say, right, I'll have that one, and that one, because you can then put the Benny pattern on the fish because you can see it because the sumis drop back because of the color of the bowl. The same when doing Hietsuris. You put a load of Hietsuris in a yellow bowl and you'll instantly know the difference between the ones with good sumi and the ones with bad sumi, because the ones with good sumi will still be black. The Hietsuri that have got poor sumi will look like a brownie black because the sumi drops back.
I had a bowl of Hietsuri this week. I had come in from Dainichi Toyota, and that's the one thing I noticed when they went in the bowl, because they come from Pandora line, which is obviously a Showa line.
Yeah.
There was no drop off at all with them.
Oh, right. Okay. But you wouldn't know that until you'd bought it, right? Just luck.
Yeah.
I went up and got them wholesale, so I got 30 of them. But
Right.
yeah, I put them all in a bowl, and there was no sumi drop off across the whole batch. It's awesome.
You can also do it with Showas as well to see where Benny pattern is if it's so sumi enriched, because put it in a different environment and it lightens up. It's a self-defense mechanism, really.
The Sankey's do it as well. Is it just blackfish?
Mainly blackfish.
Right. Yeah, it's the first. I mean, how long those fish have been in that vat for? What, the day before, Vince, or something?
They've been in there a couple of days.
Yeah, yeah, it was quite a start. I imagine you could probably, because when you buy a fish, you wouldn't know that, would you? And imagine if you put it in a bowl, it's not going to do that instantly, is it?
No, you have got to leave it in there for a while.
Can't do that in a shop, though, can you?
Well,
Depends on what shop you go to.
Yeah, you could do it.
No, but yeah, if it is weak, it does. You do see it start to drop off fairly quick. If it is,
Yeah, it can be
weak,
quite
if it's weak as sumi, you do see the drop off quite quick in a blue bowl, I think.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I've never seen it before. It was really interesting just to see that by itself. Thought it was really good.
And you know what are even worse for it? Ginshiros.
Oh, really?
Ginshiros and Kinshawas.
We're trying to get really heavy good sumi on either of those varieties is
Because of the
difficult.
metallic
Isn't it?
Yeah, because of the metallic aspect in them.
Just you don't see many really thick sumi.
No.
Or Ginrin Showas for that matter. You don't. The sumi's not so thick on them, either.
Got your hair down.
Oh, cheers, Ricardo.
Ricardo.
I have. It's quite clear I've not been near a barber's in a long time.
Ricardo, I need to borrow some of that, mate. So
Some
just
of
do a
the
trade.
best sumi what I've seen on Ginrin Showas have been from breeders like Hiroi or who were another one, Aoki.
Hadfield had a banger. That Hiroi one he had, that Ginrin Showa that Lee Hadfield had that. I don't know who's got that now, but that was hell of a fish. Some of the best sumi I've seen on a Ginrin Showa, that was unreal.
Yeah, sumi on Ginrins is hard.
Yeah.
Because some will have the Ginrin in the sumi and some just won't show the Ginrin in the sumi at all.
I've got some Hietsuris that are Ginrin, but they're only Ginrin in the Benny. They're not. The Ginrin doesn't seem to go through the sumi. Will they always be like that, or will that move as they get bigger?
Pretty much with the Hietsuri, what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Unlike a Shiro Itsuri, where you see little flecks of black on them as a Tosai Nisai, and you think, right, there's going to be a band there because you can picture it. But 9 times out of 10, you don't get that with Hietsuri.
But when you see Ginrin normally, it sort of goes laterally with the fish, doesn't it? It goes all the way laterally with the fish. And where it's in the Benny, you'd expect it to continue through the sumi, and then
Yeah, but some lines
they haven't. There's no Ginrin in the sumi sections of those fish.
But you'll probably find that you can't see the Ginrin because
Yeah, is it just the fact that the Sumi is overpowering it?
is
Yeah.
overpowering
That's probably what
the
it is. Yeah.
Ginrin. Because,
Yeah.
like I say, you can get some bloodlines, and you'll see that the Ginrin runs all the way through all three colours, and then you'll find others, and the Ginrin will run through the red and white, and you can't see the Ginrin in the Sumi. But that is just the depth of Sumi covering over.
Actually, last season, in a couple of the shows, I noticed there were some Kiachuras, and they were the same. They had this wonderful yellow areas, which is full of Ginrin, and then the Sumi areas was as black as ink with no Ginrin through it at all. And they looked fantastic.
Yeah,
Really good.
that's the Sumi overpowering everything. I'd have thought. Isn't it?
I've already responded to that one, Vince. I'm at about 98% humidity in that room, so there's no way. Just be dripping on your head all night. Just be like water. Horrendous.
Oh, Gary's got an awesome sense of humour. And if you don't know who we're on about, Gary Coy 625, he originally started his channel just because his granddaughter said, "You can't get better subscribers than me on YouTube, Granddad." And he smacked her ass all over the place and beat her every time. But on top of that, he's a cracking lad. And he's built himself what he's called a flat pack pond, and he's done it out of wood and fiberglass. And he's just about ready to start moving some fish over. So
Looks really
if you're
good.
not subscribed to Gary, get across, give him a subscribe, and drop him a comment and tell him he's a mad fucking nutter.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. If you didn't know any better, you'd have thought it was one of them shop bought easy ponds. Really good.
But don't tell him he can't hit hole in one.
Golfer. Vince, can I pick up on something you were saying earlier on about koi clubs? Only because I obviously I've just got back into it, and then I started going to a koi club I used to be a member of many moons back. But they open the doors. They welcome me with open arms. As I don't think they didn't know I was doing anything on YouTube to start with. But when we started doing like the pond visits, I just turned up with my phone and some little speakers and microphones and stuff, and they were all really up for it. I ended up videoing some of the ponds on one of the visits, and I videoed one of the koi talks they had from ORs. I missed the one with Mark from Cuttlebrook Koi, unfortunately, but yeah, I plan to do more in the actual koi club videoing, and they don't seem to be bothered about it whatsoever. In fact, a lot of them are quite enjoying it, I think. So I think it just depends on which koi club it is. And
whether your face fits.
Yeah, well, I don't know, mate. Whether maybe
You almost said yes. You almost said yes, and then you went very diplomatic.
Oh, I don't know, mate. I just think it's just different. Isn't it? I wouldn't say don't go because they won't, welcome you. But I think they're all different, right? And I think it's quite a dying breed, the koi club as well. It's definitely an aging hobby, or it certainly seems the clubs are aging clubs. They're and they're trying to welcome new people in, but I think it's difficult to get people to go along. And some of the club nights are really good, and there's only like a handful of people turn up to them, and it's a real shame,
See, I'm a member of a koi club, but they're too far away for me to go and see them.
And they do an annual auction as well, where you can flog all those crappy fish that you don't want anymore, and that's got to be worth being a member for, right? Vince, you just turn up like a vat full.
I have to give away all my crappy fish.
Well, come to my auction next time, Tony.
Although I did sell some recently. I did sell 12.
Did you?
Yeah, 12 of the gas ones. The Welsh dragons, I'd say.
Yeah, you're not winning the Shiratsu this year.
Well, you ain't anyway, are you? You're going for the triple. Taking a while to get that one.
Triple. I'll tell you what. I'm going to leave them completely naive, and I'm not. They're just going to be just staying in that biosecure in my quarantine tank. Nothing's going near them. Just going to fatten them up. 26. I'm going with Tony. 26.
Should I tell you something that I have every so often? I have a little chat with Rick, you know, that don't get published. And I said to Rick about what was the best thing to do with the Gazwods, and he said, well, the best thing to do, obviously, is to keep them on their own. Don't mix them with anything else. Don't worry about all the things like sleeping sickness and goodness knows what and getting them ready. He said, just keep them isolated. And he said, keep them that way until the judging is done.
Yeah.
Then do all the things that that are risky after that.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
Definitely.
Yeah, did you
that's
get
what I
it?
done.
So you should dedicate a little pond, Marcus, and join in with the ground show with the difference.
Yeah.
Just bought a load of new vats, so I may have a spare pond. I'll have to have a look.
You know, we're going to
Simon
be
could get
It's
his
fun.
drone show going. And his,
getting rid of
It's
Shiro
fun,
and
Marcus.
Suri this year.
it's April. You could get it done by April, couldn't you, Si?
Yeah.
Yeah, if he pulled his finger out.
I'm looking forward to this
that
year's
little bit
challenge.
of extra meat round his cheeks. Look,
Eh?
it's where he's not doing no work out in the garden.
No, because I'm doing it in every fucker's houses.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
looking
such a
forward to
hard
it.
work being a fitter, isn't it? Oh no, I forgot you're a Gasping plumber, aren't you?
Mm.
It ain't being good plumber.
I've actually been contemplating, putting a boiler on main pond as well. So I can use boiler in winter and air source heat pump in summer.
To be honest, I'm surprised that you haven't done it sooner.
Yeah.
I'll be doing it.
If I'm gonna do it though, it's gonna be on LPG, and I'm just not too keen about having LPG bottles in garden.
Didn't you run a gas line up there anyway when you did all that digging?
No, I were contemplating it, but it'd just be too much because I'd have to, where my gas meter's located in comparison to me back garden, I'd have to increase gas pipe, pump gas meter, and it'd be such a big size, the gas pipe, that it'd actually go over what's allowable on a domestic installation. So it was just a no go.
Commercial installation, yeah.
But you only allowed 35 mil pipe on a domestic installation, and it'd end up pushing up into next size.
Yeah. Yeah, because you've got to have that.
You know, every week I get a reminder from Thames Water to say that we would like you to make an appointment to have your water meter fitted. Every week I ignore it. I don't really.
They'll just come out and fit it regardless soon, Tone. You know that.
Yeah,
don't you?
but they can't, at the moment, they haven't been able to find my incoming mains and they want to fit it indoors. Well, they're not going to fit it indoors. I ain't having it inside the house. They want to fit one of these smart meter.
Yeah, you put your foot down with a firm man, Tone.
Yeah, I ain't having them. If they want to fit a meter, they're going to have to dig a hole outside, find the main and put it out there.
Yeah, fucking too right. I'm just trying to get hold of someone from the water board that's got one of them plugs. So now I'll go out there, I'll unscrew the meter, I'll put the plug in and then just set the meter on top. Failing that, or I just have to tap into next door's water line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Darren's already done it.
Hey, what have I done?
Tapped into next door's water line.
Oh yeah,
With
right.
all that
no.
swimming pool and everything you've got.
Yeah, I wish. I was just laughing because I just mentioned about koi clubs, and Ricardo is actually a member of my koi club, and I've never seen him, and I've been there for nearly a year now. So I'm just saying he better turn up to the next meeting just to show his face every year. I reckon at least.
So even in the comments there, Simondo, come on, up North Koi Pond, what's happening with your pond build?
Yeah.
Springtime. Continuation. Like I said earlier, I've not done anything on it because I've just been so busy with work and just life happening in general. I've just not had time to do anything to it. So it's been on back burner.
And
You're good weather builder. That's what it is, isn't it?
Well, that's
And
true
it
as well,
is.
Tony.
What he won't tell you is because he's a short ass, his next door neighbour won't give him the step ladder so we can finish the block work.
You know, yeah. I won't ask no off of them.
That good, huh?
Anyone got any ideas or fixes on how to stop my bloody auto feeder getting gunked up from the air that is evaporating out of the heated tank, going straight into the bottom of the auto feeder, and then just moulding up all of the food? Absolutely.
Yeah, it's easy. That's
Lift
easy.
it up
Just
a bit.
move your auto feeder.
It's tiny though. It's
How close to the surface is it?
about, I don't know, about that much.
Lift it up.
Thing is, I'd have to make the hole bigger, otherwise I think it would just.
I did that with mine. You know, my JBL. Because it was sat on coping.
Yeah.
But because the steam and moisture were rising up,
Yeah,
it were making the food that was sat in the feeder go mouldy.
That's same. Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
it.
So I got my lad to 3D print me some feet to go underneath it, so it lifts the feeder up, and now it's fine.
All right. I'm just worried a bit. It might spill everywhere, but I suppose.
Couldn't you, just thinking out of the box here,
Yeah.
it's got like a spout type thing that's going into your hole, isn't it?
No, it's not got a spout. It's just like a little. It just rotates and it just spills out and goes down. Just drops down. It's like a fish tank one.
So like a worm drive on it.
Yeah, worm drive, yeah.
They do get gunked up a little bit. You know, like you say,
Yeah.
I got a tank at 26 degrees with one on at the moment, and they do get a bit mucky. It's just, but I've got a spare op. What I've got is I've got a spare opera because I have another one that's knackered, and I clean them and dry them every time I fill it up. So, and it empties in about 5 days. So
It's one of these. It's like that, and then
Right.
the food comes out of there, so it just kind of like just drops straight
Well,
down.
Can you not?
That's an aquarium feeder, isn't it?
Yeah.
no.
It's only a
But
little tank.
You see where your hopper is?
Yeah.
If you take that lid off,
Yeah.
will that?
So I've taken that off to stop it getting all mouldy behind there, so the air's in there, but there's still like a little flap in there that opens up, and then the food drops down. So I can't really work out. I was thinking about putting a little tube there or something, but it's just every single day it's just getting like gunked up. It's just too close. Simon says it's too close to the water, and the steam's coming up through the polycarb.
Stop cheaping out and get a better feeder.
Oh, come on, man. Cheaping out.
I saw the brand. That was J-Cod.
Yeah, it's
Couldn't
proper
get any
cheap.
fucking cheaper if you tried. I mean, Jesus.
Come on, you're the man of
I mean,
DIY.
J-Cod's
That's
the
a good
pound
mate.
brand of fucking koi keeping,
Yeah,
isn't
see,
it?
look, Tony,
Oh,
man, it's
that's
just
a
high,
good
it's
mate.
premium. It's premium.
Hey,
don't know.
you say that. I had a car park in the car park the other day, and it's got J-Cod on it. Do you know J-Cod actually make cars now as well?
Oh, is that new brand? Oh no, this isn't the same thing. They got an E at the end, isn't it? Jayco.
No, it's a D.
Is
J-Cod.
it?
Yeah.
Okay. I know the cars you mean. You reckon it's the same as my fish feeder?
And Susan
Check
says,
it for mold, mate.
Susan says, mouldy hole, Darren.
Oh,
Sounds like
come
personal
on.
problem.
Oh, wow. That's bad. I would have expected more from you, Susan.
Yeah,
I want to know.
I don't.
You let yourself down there.
I know what Susan's like.
I want to
She
know
told me
how I
she's
can
American,
improve my
so-
memory. That's what I want to know, because the amount of times I leave my bloody hose running out the back garden is nobody's business, and it runs over. Next thing is the neighbour comes and knocks on the door, and he said, "That's the last time I'm going to fill them bloody sandbags up around my conservatory," because his house is 18 inches lower than mine. So it all goes in. It all goes. All goes in his. I forget.
That's a Poundland feeder. Exactly that. See, even Alex agrees with me.
No.
Cheap and
Poundland
cheerful.
auto
Cheap and
feeders.
cheerful.
See?
I tell you, it works a treat. I'm not, other than
I've
the
got
mo-
an
Go on, Tane.
I've got an Eheim one like that.
Yeah, it's a right little, it's a winner. Only cost, I think, 15, 18 quid or something. It's lasted me for ages. It's like my cat auto feeder. That's still going. That is awesome. You're shaking your head.
I'm shaking my head because you're not the only one
Yeah,
to use a cat feeder to auto feed their pond.
yeah, it's quality.
I also know a fucking crazy American that comes on the show every now and then
Oh, what Ty?
that uses a cat feeder to feed
Yeah.
his pond, and he's also made a wooden
Well,
chute
same
for
thing,
it as
isn't it?
well, so he could lift it up in the air. Go and
I
find
might
it
have
on
to
his
do
channel.
that.
It's absolutely
Same
genius,
principle, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
mate. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah.
just like it's an auto feeder, but without that koi tax
Take
added. In it.
contact. Yeah.
All you got to do is just adapt the way it comes out of the feeder.
But how many people feed their cats sort of hourly or 2 hourly
me.
or you know, or 10 times a day and night? Or
Hold on, you'll
Yeah.
get in the comments now. You'll get Susan on here saying there must be some hungry pussies out there, won't she?
here's one.
Yeah. Oh my God! I wonder what he was going to show us.
Here's my pussy.
That's a nice cat you got there, Tony.
He's talking about Mr. Claus, not his missus.
Mr. Claus.
Yeah, it's cute.
He's getting
Tony.
old
Cute.
now. I tell you what, I wouldn't be able to touch him when he was younger. He would have snapped my hand off, but he's got a bit mellow now, ain't you?
He's loosened up, mate. He's loosened up.
Rob Fox is saying if you put a piece of tray/gutter under it, moisture won't go up there, and at least it will,
Please.
it will cake up the tray instead, where you can see it.
Yeah, we'll cake up the tray. I think that's the problem, isn't it? I don't know. I have to take Simon's advice. I'm gonna have to just lift it up and then just hope that it carries on falling down in a nice little line.
Yeah, then you can.
Well, there you go. See, can't be wrong. Ashton Bainham says, "Look,
No, not your whole
Vince,
paw in there.
I also had just bought a cat feeder, and it feeds the exact amount 6 times a day
Yeah,
and holds about 2
Oh.
kilos of food for about 30 quid.
yeah, it's awesome.
Fucking result.
It's
That's
awesome.
what I'm talking about. Thinking outside the box to avoid the koi tax.
How come he's
6
all right?
times
But
a
you
day?
just called me a cheapskate and I did it. Now you're saying he's a
No.
legend.
I called you a cheapskate for the Poundland auto feeder,
Oh.
not the cat feeder.
Like the cat feeder's all right, is it?
Yeah.
Let's get another one of them then. It just runs off like a little 12-volt USB lead. It's bloody awesome, I tell you. It does kick out some serious food as well. I was doing 1.5 kilos a day in the summer with it.
And Susan says, Darren, I can't believe you went there.
Well, you were going to do it, so just beat you to it, Susan.
And Alex from Rising Sun Koi says, am I on the right channel? Mate, the addicted and the mentally sane, yeah, everyone's welcome. You've got to be mental to keep koi.
Yeah. This is the channel for Koyaholics.
Oh, yes.
Koi addicts.
And Roy says, yeah, but the difference is, Darren, this was 30 quid, not 3 quid.
I think mine was £22. I think my cat feeder. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, you found a cheaper one of those as well.
yeah. It was bloody brilliant, mate. I did do a video on that actually. Tony, I'm surprised you didn't get any. Did you get any negative comments when you wrote about overfilling your pond with like or flooding your pond? Did you get anything written in your comments?
Flooding my pond.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
overfilling it.
I haven't looked. I can't see the comments because of how he's got it sorted out.
Oh,
He's got it sorted out at the moment. If I go to the YouTube channel, I can see all the comments, but you all end up about 10 or 15 seconds out of sync.
Mate, have you seen how many times on video I've forgot that I've been topping up one of my ponds and gone, oh, fuck, it's overflowing.
Yeah, I've got some. I
do
did a
all
video
the
on it.
time.
I said, look, I made a mistake. It was like a one-off, and then I just got abused in the comments. Everyone was calling me a dumbass.
You are a dumbass.
No, but I didn't expect him to say it.
You got some lovely subscribers.
Yeah, I
haven't
know, mate. Yeah, yeah. I don't
Right.
think the
Well,
person was a subscriber, but they
My
still
memory's
were.
that bad. Sometimes because I don't go to bed usually till midnight, but when I go to bed, I lay there, sort of trying to get off to sleep, and I suddenly think, oh,
Yeah,
Bugger me, I've left the water on out there.
I
So
have left the water
about
on
2
it.
o'clock in the morning, I'm going out to the bloody ponds to check the bloody water valves.
Yeah. I do that, and then I get out there and go, "Oh no, I did turn off."
Yeah, I know, exactly that. Yeah, yeah.
You got to be slightly mad to watch my fucking channel.
Is that Rocket Boy?
Yep. You better not be late Monday morning either, or I'll have my toe up your ass. I'll love him a bit. Bless him. Any fishing tomorrow, boy? And Dave from Deep's Koi is saying, Darren, what's your channel koi called? It's underneath his name, Dave.
Aragoki?
I know you're getting on, Dave. So I'll there you go.
Darren only keeps Aragoki koi.
That's another. There you go. That's video number 2. That is dumbass strikes again.
Oh my god, mate!
How come I'm on full screen?
You got some shine coming off that dome.
Because it's your time to shine.
Oh, yeah, brilliant. Thanks, guys. Yeah, no, I just remembered that I did actually. I was doing a top up, so I better just. It was only. It was only trickling in very slowly, so I've just cut it off.
So,
Just reminded
are you
me.
glad I said something?
Yeah, I am glad. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there
am
you
glad.
go.
Well, you got Simon. You must have some kind of technology for this, right? You probably got a timer switch or something, have you?
It's just on an auto top up. When the water level drops, it'll top it back up. It's just on the flow.
Sensible, mate.
Yeah.
You won't
Mate,
get any bad
like-
comments in your channel for that, mate.
No, I won't,
No.
won't count on it.
Like a little ball valve or something called a cistern float. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just piped into dirty side at drum, and then when drum cleans and water level drops, it just tops it back up.
exactly. how
Yeah,
I
I
was
just
trying
let
to-
mine overflow and flood next door's garden. That's what I do.
You not got an overflow on it, Tony, or is the neighbour's
Yeah.
garden the overflow?
The neighbour's
Yeah,
garden
yeah.
says overflow.
The overflow's piped into next door's garden because it's 18 inches lower than mine.
And Susan says, timer on a phone, guys. Just a thought.
Timer on a phone. How does that work?
God,
Well,
You know,
an
you go
alarm.
to your clock.
It's called
Oh,
an alarm.
You set a
I thought you
timer.
meant like the actual timer was like
Oh
some kind
my
of
word.
device that was talking to the tap, turning it off.
Yeah, an alarm.
I just-
I mean, some
That'd be
people put an
super.
elastic band on
I
their
didn't
wrist.
know
don't
Alexa
they?
did fucking tap.
Well, it would be good, doesn't it? It'd be really good. I thought it did. Oh dear.
Dave
Alexa.
says, I can't read it on my phone. Open your eyes then, Dave.
No, Dave's not too good at timers, is he? Oh no, sorry, Dave. You are. You're brilliant.
Oh,
at
mate,
timers.
Dave's a perfect auction timekeeper.
He is now. It's took him a few.
Mate,
Yes,
our auctions just wouldn't be the
Dave,
same
love you.
without our Rocket Boy on the time clock.
Just picking up on Jonathan's comment. So all my quarantines and my main pond they do go straight to overflow. So I haven't got an issue there. But it's just if you leave the tap running too much, you're doing a bigger water change than you want to do, right?
Mm.
And it's not ideal. Does anyone on here use the what's it called? The crystals, the sodium
Sodium
sulfate.
thiosulfate.
Parasite.
I use them when if I do a big water change, I'll use them.
Yeah. I'm honestly, I love the stuff. I think it's bloody brilliant. You
You're
can't
not supposed to fucking eat it.
I've tried
It's
that
not
yet.
fucking popping candy, you know.
Are you using it using pure tap
The only-
water then?
No, it goes through pre-filters, but I just chuck it in there anyway, just in case,
The
'cause
only
it takes out heavy
downside
metals.
to that,
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
that's
treating
like
it just in case, man.
Yeah.
if you need
That's
to
what I
do a treatment, you are going to run into problems if it's in your water still.
Yeah, I've had that. Yeah.
It's the only reason I don't like using it unless I have to. But
Yeah.
that I use that as my reverse for PP anyway. I don't use hydrogen peroxide. I'd
Yeah,
rather
it's much better than hydrogen peroxide.
use brown and then just let it
It's
come
a
out
bit more
naturally.
gentle, isn't it?
Yeah. It's worth explaining that though, right? Because a lot of people wouldn't have understood what you were saying there.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got sodium thiosulfate in your water already because you've used it as a dechlorinator, and usually there's some residual in the water column after you've used it. If you then say in a day or two want to suddenly use PP, for instance, and you put your normal dose in, you'll be knocking half your dose on the head straight away.
Yeah.
So it won't be effective.
And a lot of people won't appreciate that.
But
and I've had that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it catches a lot of people out. That's why I use an alt meter when I do my PP treatments generally. So so I know I'm getting the right dose. If I've got something in the water, I'll know about it. But
yeah,
and you're always going to hit the right dose.
I've never had my tap water analysed, but I mean, my area they use chlorine really heavily, so I got my water going through a 3-stage and then a big blue with charcoal in. But is it worth putting a bone char big blue after that?
Well, if you're dealing with metals, it is.
Yeah. I run one with.
I wouldn't know if there's metals in mine or not, to be honest.
Your fish will soon tell you, mate.
Can't you look on your water report?
Well, I've never had a water report.
No, look online for your water supply.
Online and it will give you
right, I'll do that.
Just for your local pumping station.
With mine, I'm with Severn Trent Water for mine, and if I go on Severn Trent Water's website, type my postcode in, it gives me my full water report.
Right, I'll have to do that. Thames water. I'm
To be
right
fair,
by the
my water's not actually that bad.
reservoir there supplied, but yeah.
But going back to PP, just a second. Yes, you can neutralize PP with sodium thiosulfate. You can neutralize PP with hydrogen peroxide. But if you don't have any of them, but you do have a water dechlorinator, that will reverse the effects.
Yeah, that's the same.
It's just sodium
Any water
thiosulfate.
dechlorinator.
Complete
different though, isn't it?
Complete pond detox, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Because that's got the dechlorinator in it as well.
If you buy a bottle of dechlor, if you look on back on it, it'll literally say sodium thiosulfate and like aquadye or something like that. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So, do you reckon the old pond detox has got either hydrogen peroxide in it then, or sodium thiosulfate, or what?
Sodium thiosulfate.
I think it's got some kind of ground zeolite in there.
Right. Yeah.
So
I don't know because I spoke to Frank about it, and Frank told me that it's not got sodium thiosulfate in it.
Okay.
How's it got a dechlorinator?
I don't know.
So if you're a regular user of pond detox,
because it does
the same problem then. If you want a PP, you're going to reduce the dose.
Yep.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
you reduce the dose on any treatment you put in.
The only thing I've noticed when you neutralize PP with hydrogen peroxide, the water is just crystal. It looks absolutely amazing. But when you do it with sodium thiosulfate, it just goes like a murky brown color and just deactivates.
That brown is what refeeds your filter, mate.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying they're different, right? So hydrogen peroxide and then sodium thiosulfate, they do
so
different
bad
things.
for your water, mate.
It's
better for your filters not to do that.
Yeah.
Hydrogen peroxide is just another oxidizer. I think it's even stronger than potassium as an oxidizer, and that's why it gets rid of all your manganese, what's left behind in your water, because it just oxidizes it away.
But that manganese is what helps refeed your filter.
Yeah.
My
filter's bounced back in a couple of days, mate.
Yeah. It's like burgers, isn't it? Burgers for the filter.
They're not going to do that. There's no way.
You say that though, Darren. If you let PP run its course, within a couple of days, your water goes crystal clear anyway.
If you've got a good biological filter, it'll be clear again in no time.
Yeah, I left some in the bucket, and then just randomly, when I went and checked it about a week later, the water was crystal in there. Really weird.
Can I ask a question?
while you're on about hydrogen peroxide, have any of you ever used, there's oxygenators that use hydrogen peroxide?
I used some on my hair once.
No, you're not seeing them.
That's
Somebody
why
was
you
telling
got
me
none.
last night you can get them for ponds as well as for tanks, and it uses hydrogen peroxide, and there's a little, I don't even know what it is, there's some kind of agitator inside it, and what it does is it releases oxygen into the water at a finer state than using a bubbler.
Is that ozone?
It's, he told me.
No, ozone's just 3 oxygen molecules bound together.
Yeah.
Isn't that one of them things that they have for plants for aquascapes?
Yeah, it could be.
They do use them for plants as well.
Just sounds too much faff.
Someone was telling me about it last
Keep
night.
it simple.
I was YouTubing it all last night, and I can't even remember what it's called now. What's it called? Oxidators. It's called an oxidator.
No,
And it's just like,
never used it.
Is
I'm
that
not
complete pond
sure.
detox you're talking about? Sorry, sweetie.
I
Is that
used
complete
it.
pond detox you're talking about there, Aaron?
Only stayed purple for 30
I
minutes.
used it a week before PP and only stayed purple for
Yeah,
30
it can
minutes.
stay in there for about 7 days. That and sodium thiosulfate.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be careful with that, right? It will strip quite a lot. If it takes all sorts of heavy metals out of your water, so it probably easily
I think
dispatch.
I think in terms of how long it'll stay in your water, I think it all comes down to how long it's reacting with whatever's in your water. If you've got like an heavy pollution in your water, such as chlorine and stuff like that, I suppose it, depending on how much you put in and how long it stays in, I suppose it depends, with how long it's going to take to react with it.
Or
Just how
however
long it's
your
gonna stay.
organic load is. If you're feeding heavy, I dare say it comes out quick as
Yeah.
well. So
Yeah.
Your water's just full of muck, and it's
So
just
then, how does that? When it first came out last season, complete pond detox. People saying put it in your pond every week. You've got to put it in your pond to get the benefit out of it. But then you get a bout of parasites, and you're fucked then because none of the chemicals are able to do their job properly.
Yeah.
Because you've got this build up
Yep.
of this detoxifier in your pond water.
because you're putting it
Yeah,
in.
if you're going to use it, you've
Can you
got.
see what I mean?
If
Yeah.
you've got it in your water, you're going to have to wait 2 or 3 days, depending, before you can use certain chemicals in your water.
If not longer, on some cases, some chemicals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get a heavy batch of Costia or something like that.
You haven't got
You
3 days.
You need to treat them there and then, not have to wait 3 to 7 days to get the pond detox out of the system so that the chemicals will actually do their job.
But I wonder how many people think, right, I've got, I don't know, whatever parasite it might be, clean the filters, top up their water, put the treatment in, leave them for a couple of days, and then think, actually, I'll do another pond clean or clean the filters or top the water back up, chuck in some pond detox. It will really, or any, might not be pond detox, could be sodium thiosulfate or
Or anything
dechlorinator.
like that.
Yeah,
Mm.
any of those, and it will definitely start to strip back some of the potency of whatever chemical you put in there, for sure. Just don't think about it, do you? Because you just think you're doing a good thing, dechlorinating the water or detoxing the water.
Or even some of these water treatments that are for like, what is it, the vitality and stuff like that. That's just for, that's all got that stuff in it.
Yeah.
It's got dechlorinator in them as well.
Yeah,
You
such as
It's
your
use after treatment, but if you use it too soon after treatment, you're going to neutralize that treatment.
things such as your Colombo Fish Protect and your API stress coat and stuff like that. It's all got it in it.
Yeah. You don't want to use it too soon after you've put the treatment in because, like you say, you neutralize the treatment.
Yeah. I think when you're in the thick of it, you don't think about that stuff, do you? You're just trying to get rid of the parasite, aren't you?
No, you're saying, oh God, they're looking a bit pink. They're not looking great. I want to give them something for the skin. So you put that stuff in thinking you're doing the right thing and you're doing more harm than good.
Yeah.
But I mean, me personally, if I know that I've not been in this situation, but me personally, if I know that I've got to treat a heavy infestation of parasites, but I know I need to do a good water change first, I'd sooner drop a load of water, do a big water change, hit them with treatment, and then neutralise it after.
Yeah, then put
I
your
think
sodium sulfate
yeah.
in at the end of your
I'd sooner,
PP.
I'd
Yeah.
sooner do it that way.
As most people know, I generally use PP for pretty much everything as a rule for parasite treatments. Because, like I say, I work on the rule that you're only ever knocking them back. You're never getting rid of them completely. And PP, two batches, 24 hours apart, will deal with flukes if you're hitting the right levels.
Mm.
And you don't need to worry about you.
I think some of the fluke treatments though are so ridiculously expensive.
Well, that's the reason.
Yeah, but I use the cheapest one I can find on the market, and generally that's cloverleaf.
I found the only one that worked for me.
5,000 gallons.
Learnex Pro was the only one that worked for me, and that's very expensive.
I think with the fluke treatments, I think the best chance you've got are substantially lowering the amount of flukes in the pond or on the fish, should I say, if you've got an heavy infestation, is to first make sure that you're reducing your organic load as much as you can. I think that's the best possible chance you've got, because I know a lot of people have reoccurring problems with them, don't they, or treatment's not working or something like that.
Yeah. It's difficult.
Yeah, tough one.
What's the best thing to reduce blanket weed? I use cloverleaf blanket answer. I worked to treat but messed up the filter with white residue. To be honest, cloverleaf blanket answer may be the nuclear option, but it is the best one out there for knocking blanket weed on the head.
Yeah, I'll use it.
I've found the best time to do it is when you start to see it start to grow. Don't wait until you've got long fucking fronds of it, because then it's just going to become a pain in the ass. As soon as you start to see blanket weed start to appear, nuke it with some cloverleaf right at the start, and then you're pretty much covered through the season then.
I actually do it in the spring before it even starts. You know, it seems to last for ages anyway once you've got it in your water.
I've used Absolute Fluke before as well, and I was quite happy with its results. And it is a fraction of the price of anything else out there at this present moment in time.
Yeah. Well, I usually PP it one day and then use the Absolute Fluke after.
The
20 quid to do 5,000 gallons.
Yeah. It actually tells you when you're making it up for your pond that you actually make it up with boiling water, not pond water.
I think probably some of the Kazuri Fluke products are probably some of the cheapest about, aren't they?
They are, but I've found that the new Cloverleaf products are cheaper.
Yeah,
I haven't used it, so I don't know.
No.
Well, that Fluke Resolve or whatever it is from Cloverleaf, literally 20 quid buys 2 50-gram packets, and you can do a 5,000 gallon pond twice with it. So, you know, sachet per time, and it's good for me every time.
I just have a bag here.
He's in the chat.
I've just had to treat my lad's fish tank.
Yeah, that's what I use.
My lad's got a few more koi in his fish tank, and they've recently had flukes. And I checked it with that Kazori Fluke B. And I did a full dose on day 1, half dose day 2, and half dose on day 3. 3 days later, totally cleared. It's on my straight away.
And see, you got the other side of it as well, is depending on your temperatures also determines how long it's going to take for those chemicals to actually do their job.
Yeah.
The lower the temperature of your water, the longer it's going to take to do the job.
Yeah, and depending on what the active ingredient is, because things such as praziquantel can be hard to dissolve in your water.
At lower temperatures, yes.
Yeah.
Same with flubentanol.
And the temperature, you have to change your thoughts on how long you do a second treatment for because of life cycles. Yeah,
I need to build up my treatment collection. I got salt,
that's your
PP,
egg layers.
soda, Medikit, Marchgood.
Well, I think
You've
you
got it
enough.
all there.
You got enough, dude. Don't worry
9
about it.
times out of 10, when it comes down to fluke treatments, you're better off 9 times out of 10 buying them when you need them.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people in the past, they've stocked their shelves up with loads of material. Like they've got I've got loads, I've got it all. And then when they go to use it, they go, oh shit, it's out of date.
But luckily for me, I mean, I've got a dry goods supplier like literally 2 minutes up road from me. So if I ever need anything, I can literally just shoot up road and I've got it.
I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but I usually do it. If I am going to use a fluke treatment, I PP before it anyway. So you get 24 hours anyway, ain't you?
Yeah.
Apparently, the Kasuri is only 50% Prazi. Our Prazi treatments in the US are 100% Prazi. The shit does not dissolve. Well, send some of that this way.
Yeah.
I haven't because I haven't been in the
Have you tried dissolving it in alcohol?
alcohol. Yeah, a bit of
As
vodka. or
in
something.
isopropyl alcohol or vodka?
Supposed to
Formalin works well too.
pop and crack. Yeah, I haven't been back in the game long enough to have to worry about this stuff yet. But a lot of people are using a different treatment for Costia now, aren't they? Is it
Alparex.
Alparex? That's the one. Yeah, that's quite good, isn't it?
You have to be careful with it.
Have you?
With KH.
Oh, okay. If you've got low
No,
low KH, it strips it, does it?
You've got to be up above 6 feet to use.
No, it can. Alparex. I mean, I've experienced it before as well. Alparex can really, really upset them if you're not careful.
Right. Okay.
I
I just use
I don't use it as a general rule. I use PP for Costia, but
yeah,
See,
I use-
Costia, for me, first thing I reach for is formalin.
formalin you do, don't you?
yeah. I would say
What's
I
PP then?
use formalin, but don't use formalin if you've got any salt
Salt,
in your water.
Yeah, I suppose
I
that's
have
good. We can use PP.
I have used premix malachite and formalin when I've had salt in my pond up to about 0.3 and been absolutely fine with a premix, but I'd never use it with, formalin on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of malachite green and formalin, that used to be the one.
Mm.
Don't think it is anymore though, is it? Don't know.
Oh, Tom's saying I use boiling water to dissolve Lernix Pro, leave it to cool down and add to the pond water. Works great that way.
What's that?
yeah, I must admit, I always dissolve it with kettle. I don't not a freshly boiled kettle, but I boil the kettle, let it cool a little bit, and use it pretty warm to dissolve the Lernix Pro.
Yeah, I've seen Rick and Carl try doing that at the farm, but in a fish bag,
Yeah.
and even standing there with hot water in it, and it's still
Yeah.
very
See, I've seen a lot of
hydrophobic is the
people.
word.
I use a big jug and a whisk and just
Baking a
I've
cake.
seen a lot of people just use air stones with PP to dissolve it. Well, I always boil a kettle for PP.
I don't for PP so much. PP. I'm not going to say what I do, but
My water comes out of my hot tap hot enough to dissolve PP anyway, so I never bother boiling the kettle.
I chuck it in the moving bed, mate. That's all I do.
I use the old Fluke
And
X. That
mentally
dissolves a
and mate-
treat.
Or I pour it in the outlet of me Nexus where it's going down into the pump and it gets mixed.
Isn't there a new type of food came out? 1/3 of the price of Sakikari and works the same, if not better. Well, if you talk to some people, they'll tell you
Nutrimare,
it's
isn't
called Nutrimare.
it? Yeah.
You talk to some other people and they'll say it's Dajuba. Talk to anyone else and they'll say it's Coppins.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually contemplating trying Nutrimare this coming season just to try it. I've been on Sake Kai for God knows how long. I know how good it is, but I'm just curious as to what it can do, this Nutrimare, because I know a lot of people have had good results with it. But I think I'm going to still stay with Sake Colour for the colour content of the food. But what I am going to do different is I'm going to feed a sinking food this season to see what difference that makes.
Yeah, I use
Probably
sake. I use sinking on the sake anyway, on the growth.
If you want to spend more money than Saki, you can buy Danichi now, can't you?
You can, but
Is
you
it?
can go back and watch all the videos that came out last year with the food trial that was done up at New Forest Koi Farm. And yes, the Nutrimare did well. It did really well in the food trial. But even now, Rick will tell you that pond, after it had fed, you could not chuck more food in.
Yeah.
They didn't want to eat it. Yet the other 3 ponds, you could have chucked more food in and they still would have ate it. Now,
If your filters could have
whole
handled, your
point
system could have
of
handled
having
it.
that sort of system when you're trying to get the best out of fish is you want that appetite, that urge to, I want food. And it just didn't seem to happen with the fish that were fed on Nutrimare.
Would
Yes.
it have made any difference though if it were doing water changes?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think it did. I don't think it would have done.
Because you were on just a recirculation system. There was no water changes at all, was there? It's got to
There
make a
was-
difference, hasn't it?
Each pond had the same amount taken out, and I think it was only once in the whole
It's quite
trial.
a dense. It's a really dense pellet. It just smells like pure salmon. It is different. It must be just they do say, don't they? You don't have to feed as much of it, and it is denser, and you don't have to use as much.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you're growing tosai, if those tosai are in the right conditions, those little fuckers will eat up to 5% of their body weight a day.
Mm.
Now, if they're only taking on a certain amount of food and they're not wanting any more, how can they maintain that? Can you see what I mean?
Well, didn't
Yeah.
Vic say though that
Even
it
though
was,
Very good.
all the foods had good food conversion
Hmm.
rates.
didn't Vic say though that we're doing it based on like worst possible scenarios, like I say, such as no water changes and things like that.
I
But
suppose
then
they're all equal,
same
weren't they?
time,
But
you've got to look at the differences. They're a farm, not a koi hobbyist.
Hmm.
And the other ponds that still did have the appetite were in the same conditions.
We're in exactly the same conditions.
Having said that, Nitramare may not have took so much food in that pond, but they still
didn't,
came
did
second
they,
on
Vince?
But there
growth.
was still good food conversion rates.
yeah,
Yeah,
but-
they still came second on growth.
Yes,
the
they came
Danichi.
second on growth, but even the Dainichi came below the Dajiwa when it come to skin quality and colour.
Yeah. Well, I think the Danichi would have, the Dijois, or whatever you call it, would have done better if that had been a growth and colour mix.
Yeah.
Because Nutrimare is a growth and colour mix. It's got everything in it. So I think they'd have done better with some growth in there as well.
Yes, yes, Susan, their food conversion rate was good, and I'm not slagging the food off saying it was shit, but what I'm saying is I actually saw it myself. Yeah, they'd go in, Rick would give them all exactly the same amount of food, same time. Yeah, and then the lot would go out of all 4 ponds, and they'd go along. It'd go bop bop bop. These would go mad. They would go mad. They would go mad. The Nutrimare just wasn't interested.
but yet they still did all right, didn't they?
But
I
then
wonder
this-
if it,
But that's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
can't knock the food because the food conversion rates
yeah.
prove themselves.
I wonder if
Well,
it was
I'd
like
say-
eating
you had a
burgers
system
for a
that
steak.
could
Do you know what I mean?
If you had a
Go on.
system that could take the extra food and take
Yeah.
the extra bio load, those other foods would outstrip Nutrimare because it's the fish are the ones not wanting to eat it, whereas your other ponds you're not feeding. Is you could carry on feeding those other ponds
As long as the filters could take it.
if the
you can
filters could
continue
take
to-
it. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Whereas the Nutrimare wouldn't keep eating because it's
They've had,
Fish
they've had
didn't want
that
it, yeah.
filled.
yeah.
And whether it's something, well, there is something in Sakiakari that's like fucking fish crack
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
because
Mm.
I've seen it myself on the
Yeah.
farm in the Munga Tunnel when Rick first done the first trial and he put Sakiakari colour against the colour food on the farm with his Munga mix. And like I said, after one sack of Sakiakari colour, he said there's no point me continuing because the differences in size, colour and everything else was absolutely night and day. So he said
Sakiakari-
there's no point me continuing.
It's horrendous money, but it's hell of a product, mate.
Well, this is part of the reason why I want to get Nutrimare a try, because I do believe unless you try something for yourself, you don't truly know how a food's going to, how your fish are going to react to a food in your pond.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
I tried the Tosai food, and I must admit, it was a quality product. It just because I go carp fishing, so I see all the different types of carp food, but that stuff was just really high end. It just smelled really nice, like a pure kind of salmon kind of smell. And it must just be really high in probably protein. And maybe they just don't need to eat as much because they're just getting a really good quality food source.
Mm.
Well, maybe not so much as coming out the back end as with the others.
Yeah,
Well,
potentially.
I had this a bit of this conversation with Rick last week, and he said for growing Tosai, from what he's looked at, if you was to take the Nutrimare Tosai, not the Nutrimare All Season or whatever, but the Nutrimare Tosai, and mix that with the Dajiwa colour, then you've got something that is close to something like Sakia colour.
What was Rick feeding? The Nutrimare Tosai or the 360?
The 360. But after watching stuff or people that have used the Tosai and looking at the results people have got from feeding the Tosai, he has said with combining that and say the Dajiwa colour for Tosai is a bloody good mix if you can't afford Sakiakari.
I feed the Tosai with Saki colour to the Tamazaba. The Tosai they will eat non-stop. They will just keep eating it. The normal 360, they'll have the feel of that.
That's weird, isn't it? I think they're two different pellets, though, aren't they? They're completely different, aren't they? 'Cause the Tosai one's really dense, really heavy kind of little pellet. I fed that, and it was brilliant. But I didn't do the 360, but someone else told me it's kind of a completely different pellet.
Well, I grind it up when they're small fry. I grind it down, and even in the grinder, it grinds down completely different.
Right.
I know there's a difference there because I was going to just grind the 360 for this batch of fry. And because of the way it ground down, I decided against it, ordered another bag of Tosai, and I use that rather than, and it is different. But they'll eat that, and they'll eat it, and they'll eat it, and they grow on it, and they grow really well. But I do use Saki colour, but they have brought out their own colour food now. That comes out this month, doesn't it?
They are bringing out a colour food, yes. Yes. But I mean, I used to do all my Tosai growing with Takazuma Junior Premium. Now, the last 2 years, I haven't. I've been using different foods, and my Tosai growth has not been as good as it has been in the years that I've used Takazuma Junior Premium.
That Junior Premium's rocket fuel for fry and
It
Tosai,
is.
isn't it?
It is. it makes your water like tea. What I didn't like about that
I
was the
don't care
colour of the
about
water.
Grown toast, I'm not worried about the colour.
I didn't like the colour of the water. You buy a bag of that Nutrimare Tosai food and you put it in a room, and I'm not lying. You open that bag and you walk in that room the next day, and all you can smell is garlic. The whole room just smells of garlic instantly. You know when you're feeding or anybody's feeding Nutrimare because the smell.
Yeah, it stinks.
It's proper heavy garlic smell.
You want that though, don't you? Garlic's great for them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mega
I
for
mean,
the
the
digestion.
water, I've thrown food in 8 to 10 times a day, and the water is crystal clear, absolutely crystal clear.
I may be in a position to do some food trials now because I'm going to have I've got 5 new tanks coming. They're identical. They're all identical size tanks. So there's an opportunity there that they'll all be identically filtered as well. So
What size is it, Vince? What size is what? Getting a bit personal.
Just say anything, Vince.
I know we've gone past
Getting-
10 o'clock, but
getting
can you
personal
us a little
now.
bit
not
early?
Susan asking that, is it?
Talking about that one-eyed Willie again. You've got in your pond, Vince.
Mate, I've got a one-eyed Willie.
How big is one-eyed Willie now?
Big eye. He's doing really well, actually.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll bowl him up for you tomorrow.
Measure him up, mate. Get him measured up. But
I
I love
will.
that last episode when you did that. I was just cracking up, mate, when you were measuring your Willie. I just thought it was brilliant. Gone for the whole episode.
The Junior Premium pellet from Takazumi is a 2 mil sinking pellet.
Yeah.
And that
Do you know if I could get consistent supply, a small pellet sake Akari consistently, I'd feed that forever.
Why is it not consistent? Is it just random batch?
Well, it's just I don't think they can get it in anymore.
Oh.
small pellet sake.
Yeah,
It's always medium, isn't it?
I still managed to get some this year.
I think it's quite sporadic though, isn't it? Because I think they
I've heard
supposedly stopping supplying it to UK.
They were gonna, they tried, but I don't think they were successful.
But
Yeah,
I don't see small pellet in many dealers anymore at all.
Right.
Yeah, I heard it was going to get hard to find 3 mil sake.
Yeah, that Nutrimare is like 2 to 3 mil. The Tosai stuff. It's good. It's really small stuff.
You've got to have that for Tosai.
Yeah, bang on it was. I'm going to get some more of that.
Putting them straight on medium pellet, it takes them so long to get moving on the grow.
I even prefer to feed a small pellet to bigger fish as well. Though I just think it's much better for digestion.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to
I've
find it.
always
as
said
well, don't
that I
Yeah.
prefer feeding a smaller pellet.
Mm. I mean, in Japan, they do sake small pellets sinking over there as well.
Well, they'll even in Japan they'll feed them donkey chokers, won't they?
Yeah.
they? Catfish food.
I mean, Jesus Christ, when Rick done one of his final splits for the Gazwads, we're talking fish that were 15, 20 cm, if that, and they were taking 8 mil sake.
Yeah.
Because that's all he had at the time.
Yeah.
And that's still
They'll take it, they'll take it, but I think they grow better on smaller pellet.
I think any fish grows better on a smaller pellet because it's easier to digest.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so.
Just like I always like to prefer to have a mix of both floating and sinking food.
Yeah, 100%. I switched over to about 60% sinking in the summer last year because most of the time when the feeder was going off, I wasn't there. So it just saved any damage, any kind of splashing or fish whacking themselves or jumping out or anything like that. And they love the sinking food, right?
Well, ultimately,
Was that the Nutrimare sinking, was it?
No, I had a bit of all sorts in there. If I'm honest, I just had a whole mix of different foods just to kind of see which ones they like them best. There's a bit of mealworm in there.
carp boilies.
Carp boilies. I've never tried that, but it might be worth a go, Vince.
Mate,
They get big on those boilies, mate. They're bloody expensive. Those
I've
boilies.
done that before in my old pond. Fed them some boilers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
crumbs. Yeah, no, I wouldn't
Mate,
feed
when
them
I used to go
boilies.
fishing with my dad, I used to come home and like all the live maggots and the dead maggots, they'd all go in the fucking pond.
In a little,
Right.
in a little pop up on a size 4 hook.
Yeah, right. But
Have you
no,
seen
yeah,
carp though? They
mate,
get some
it's
big old
natural
boilie
food,
guts.
isn't it?
Yeah, but the body shape would probably be blown to pieces on boilies.
Yeah.
They're just not. I don't think they'd be good for them. Quite funny though.
Have you seen some Deutsch fish?
Who's fish?
I said, have you seen
Tony's.
some Deutsch fish?
Yeah.
They naturally get their big
Yeah, they do,
fucking
yeah.
body shapes to them, don't they?
Yeah.
And that's because of the mirror carp background that they come from.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep a good body on a Deutsch fish.
It is. It is.
And don't
especially
keep Deutsch
female.
fish.
I do like a Deutsch fish though. They are smart, but they are more susceptible to just all sorts, aren't they? Not just getting fat, but probably they haven't got the scales to protect them either, have they?
I'm starting to give up on fucking female Shiros because every time I get a female Shiro, she goes fucking eggy and the back end just goes to shit.
What, on the Deutsch or just
Just
waggly?
any normal female Shiro.
Okay.
They're renowned for it. That once they start going eggy, they lose that back end shape, and you always end up with that bulbousness before the back end of the tail.
Pinch.
Yeah, that's no good, is it? Talking about boilies in the chat now.
Micro boilies.
Micro boilies. It's getting old school. Chucking sweet corn in next.
Dave says, Tony, don't have it. He's going at your rugby balls.
Who said that, Dave?
Yeah. I'm jealous of your growth rates though, Tony. You have packed on some serious growth on those fish, mate. Those
mate, have you seen how much he fucking feeds them?
The Oxos.
I never see
they're
the
good,
fucking
mate.
surface of his pond without fucking food floating on it.
How much do you feed them, Tone, a day, do you reckon?
Too
Oh
much.
God, I don't
Too
know.
much.
They're on. They're on the feeders feeding them 6 times a day.
Yeah.
But I've got them on. I don't know how much it distributes actually, but I've got it on 4 times the amount each 6 times.
Now what you got to ask him is how much do the fish actually eat, and how much does the Easy Pod eat?
Yeah, we're just trying to get
The
tips, Tony.
Easy Pod doesn't. It don't seem to get any food in the Easy Pod. No, they seem to take it.
Did you mix your food up, Tone? You said you did colour and growth.
I haven't recently because Rick advised me to use the Jiwa colour for those Hiachiuris because it's got a lower protein rate on it. Because they were fattening up, they were going rugby ball like. So I changed from the growth to the colour, and as I say, 28 degrees, and they just it's gone through it.
See, Tosai in high temperatures. Tosai grow better at high temperatures.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Tone. Try that.
But yeah, they're growing well.
It's just the
And I'll tell you what, those I've only got three Chiros in with them at the moment, and
I need a Shiro.
the white skin on them.
Yeah, it's good.
Is
They're the
beautiful.
DK Shiros, those ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
you elbowed me out of the way to get some of them. I saw you, so I knew you'd had a couple of them.
There
You
wasn't
had the
many
elbow,
left
Joe.
when I had a
Didn't you
go at
finish
it.
his as well?
No, I've got a few of those DK ones as well. They are nice.
Funny thing is, the ones that I've got now, you could have bought them at 30 quid a piece out of that other tank.
Are we talking hand feeds or 5 knuckle shuffle? On that note, we've been rattling on for 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I'd like to say a massive thank you to everyone that's joined me this evening. I'd like to say a massive thank you to everyone out there that sat there and listened to us rattle along. Big shout to my man Saya over the end from up north Koi Pond, and nice to see him back.
Yeah.
Buddy.
As always, Father Christmas next to me, aka Tony Farmore.
Yeah,
And
Please
the
note,
cat.
be careful with your zips.
Oh no, got a bleeder.
Yep. Be careful of your zips.
Be
As for that,
careful with
we've
your
got the long-haired
zips.
hippie over in the corner, which is Marcus from Kozoku Koi. And we've got the smooth-headed one down there, aka Aragoki Koi. It's not his fault. It's his missus's fault. Anyway, as always, guys and girls, don't forget on your way out, like, share, subscribe, and all that shemizzle. I've been Twisted Koi. You out there, you know you're great. And we'll see you same time, same place next weekend.